world where time marches on relentlessly, there are places where it seems to pause, holding its breath in quiet reverence. Today, we venture into one such place, a mansion in the east of Germany, where echoes of the past GDR era linger in every shadow, and the frost of winter wraps the walls in a silent embrace. This house belonged to Siegfried and Ruth, perhaps siblings or distant relatives who lived on separate floors. Siegfried resided below, while Ruth likely shared the upstairs with her husband and child. Their lives were marred by the rhythms of the GDR era, a time when wealth was rare, yet this house hints at privilege. Abandoned in November 2015, the mansion has stood undisturbed, its last occupants leaving behind a story through the objects they left behind. But who were they? Siegfried, perhaps a man of quiet means. Ruth, a caretaker of family traditions. And the child's bedroom upstairs was once a place of playful laughter, yet now feels like a shrine to memories long gone. The rooms feel dense, filled with the voids left by their absence. Photographs are faded, but intact. Artifacts of a life lived under different skies are still present. Their daily routines, their moments of joy, even their struggles, all preserved, yet all gone. This house raises questions it cannot answer. What made them leave? Was it time, fate, or something else that carried them away? As we delve deeper into this forgotten mansion, we will uncover its secrets, piece together its history, and reflect on the fleeting nature of our own lives. Let us begin.
Explomo.
Welcome back everybody to a brand new video. I am very excited to show you today's place. I'm standing in Eastern Germany and I have a time capsule. I would almost call the mansion. It's a very, very big house, multiple floors, to show you, dating back from the GDR era, the German Democratic Republic, when Germany was still divided by a western and eastern side. It's incredible to see the history of this place, truly intriguing, and I'm really excited. I'm currently standing at the front door. We're exploring this place in the December month. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but there's this icy glaze on the door as well. And then if we look right here, we can actually see two names, Siegfried, and I also see Seifert over here. I'm not sure what that is, but we're gonna see a different name in a bit. So then it's becoming more evident who used to live here, and I assume it was the same family. I assume they were a brother and a sister, and the brother, Siegfried, was living on the downstairs level, and on the top floor there was Mrs. Ruth that lived there. Probably also with her husband, and I think we're gonna find a lot if we're gonna rummage through the documents. The place has been abandoned since November 2015, at least that's the last date somebody was inside, so probably also somebody was residing here. And that's almost exactly 8 years ago from now. The place has been completely captured in time. I'm just really excited. As you can also tell by the windows over here, there are a lot of snowflakes and everything on the windows. It's very cold out there. Gives me throwback feelings to when we were exploring in North America and Canada with the sub-zero temperatures. And last week's episode is about one of these Northern American sub-zero adventures. Watch it next by clicking the link in the pinned comment or video description. So now let's walk through this door and let's start exploration of this mesmerizing home. I cannot believe it is abandoned. In there we are, the main hallway of the place. And it already looks like a fairy tale. We got a cat statue over here. This gnome. Some fake plants. Still give a vivid touch to this now silent and desolate place. We also have some newspapers over here. I haven't checked the date on them yet. Oh wow, okay. This is actually from 2017. Now the only calendar that I found inside was in the toilet, and that said November 2015. As you can see over here, we have the family weapon of the German family that lived here. Given that this is a very big property, means that they also were wealthy and most likely had very good positions in times of the GDR, when not all conditions were the same for everybody, and for some rather unfortunate. As you can tell, there is a basement, but it's completely flooded. And it's pretty deep. I believe it's even frozen. Oh, it's not. But I think it's close to freeze. So, we cannot explore that, but as you have probably seen, there was also not a whole bunch to see over there. We have the first room over here. And I have to say, this is probably one of the messiest rooms in the entire place. There's a home trainer inside, a puff sewing machine. I see some tiny bottles of liquor over there as well. Pretty old stove. And you can see the difference. Those are real plants. And yeah, nobody came here in years. They're completely dry and barren. I haven't checked out, what is it, a fridge? Yeah, it is a fridge. There's still some milk. 2015. No, 2016. Early 2016 though. So I think that's the last date people resided here. And 2017 is the last date somebody was actually inside the property. Maybe some family, I don't know. Now over here we can see another doorbell. I think this one is a little bit older than the one we've just seen. And it says R, that was Mrs. Ruth. And S, that was Mr. Siegfried. A little coat rack over here, right when you come inside the main living part. Purses, umbrellas. That's a massive hairdryer. Is it actually a hairdryer? No, it's a tiny vacuum cleaner. Look at these glasses. You can clearly tell how badly all the wallpaper is already peeling. So the passage of time has definitely taken its toll on this property already. Little door, oh my lord. Massive food storage. A lot of tins with vegetables and soups. These must have some dates. "2018", this one's saying. And this one, July 2016. So maybe these had a very long expiry date. This is from 2003. Crazy that all this food is still in here. Thankfully, it's not very smelly. Well, we do have a staircase over here. Poster of a dog. Then let's just head inside the first room. That used to be the office. Wow. It is completely trapped in time. Very untouched. Can't believe my eyes. Over there, Melodies for Millions. I think it's a record. Some glasses. Some more paperwork. There's plenty of paperwork inside. Of course, it's gonna take a lot of time if I have to go through everything. I'm just gonna try to focus on pictures and also on like official documents and stuff, so we get to know more of the people that lived there. See a lot of old pictures over here. Mostly pictures of the same guy. Wondering if that could have been Mr. Siegfried, but I actually think it was a generation that lived here even before him. Now check out the stove. Very unique in shape, with the concave shapes in the front, on the sides. Different, but I like different. Oh, look at the rust. The plumbing pipe over here. A lot of books, ornaments and jugs. What is this little book over here actually? No way. It's full of pictures. I don't believe that there are actually people in the pictures, but it's all just landscape photography. Well, there are some pictures over here. It's not the home, but we see two women in frame. I think this was made on their travels. Where you can see them on a boat. Looks like a sightseeing boat tour. I really think this was all travels and holidays. Countless memories. Now just left to fade to oblivion. And this beautiful book looks so magical. Record player over here. A Bel Canto 3010 magazine still in here. And then let's focus on the top of the office desk. So this is a 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝘆𝗶. I think it was actually to collect something. Has to do with their bank. I think these do not exist anymore nowadays. There is another one over here. Oh look, this is from the time of the GDR too. The 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝘆𝗶 Deutsches in German, which basically means like free German work society group. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is from 1973. They look like postal stamps, but I think they actually got them in order to show their gratitude of this group for their hard work and solidarity, because that's what it's saying on every postal stamp: solidarity. And Vietnam. It's insane. What is this over here? This was also from the bank, and actually is from Mrs. Ruth. 1st of November 1930 she was born. Insane. And then over here we have cards of somebody that participated in a course of Kraftfahrer for traffic security, and that was from Mr. Siegfried. Insane. So many documents already. Look over here, you can also see Deutsche Demokratische Republik. That's actually the German word DDR that I just used for GDR. No way! This is a passport. Personalausweis for a citizen of the German Democratic Republic. Oh my gosh. This was the person that lived there. On this floor that we're exploring right now. He got his passport in 1983. We can see him in the picture right here. Mr. Siegfried, also born in 1930. Insane. But then if they were both born in 1930, they would have probably not been brother or sister. Maybe they were cousins. I don't know. This used to be the living room. Got a stove over here on the side. Even a bed over here. And there is not a bedroom on this floor, so I really think that this was the bed where Mr. Siegfried slept. And I think he was actually living a single life, was not in a relationship with a woman. Fake sunflowers over here. Portable heater. You can also see some signs of leakage over there in the corner. And again, have a look at how untouched all the items on these glass shelves have just remained. Completely imperturbable over time. It doesn't even look very dusty. It's insane. So well preserved. What is it over here? All the best, it says on this card. Okay. This was actually given to a woman, so probably Mrs. Ruth, for International Women's Day. And it was actually from a school class. So she was probably a teacher in an elementary school. And this was probably her. I think we're going to find a lot about the people that lived there. Like I said, they all had great positions, were doing well in life. To be able to afford such a big home like this. Yet right now, they have all diseased, and it's sad to see that we all depart this world one day and will leave our items behind. And if there are no next of kin, relatives or friends taking care of our belongings, or it's not arranged well, lawfully, then it will all just end up in this state. And even though I've seen hundreds and hundreds of properties just like this one, it's still unreal to believe sometimes. And there we are in the dining area of the home. We still have an embroidered piece over here saying Ruth, the name of the woman. Used to be a chair for the elderly. Whoa. This is a wonderful stove. Pretty big in size too. And I think this actually used to go on top. The stove would generate heat. And they could also boil things. Make a nice tea, cup of coffee. This corner looks very Germanish. Especially these wooden chairs with this little motif inside. Coffee powder. Whoa. That's a vintage radio. Have a look at all these tiny knickknacks that are still coloring this corner of the room. I love it. This was even another radio. It's hanging on the wall. Kinder Surprise egg. These newspapers are from 2015. You could tell they've been laying here ever since it was abandoned, so I really think November 2015 is the last date. At least for this floor. Maybe I'm gonna find another date for the next floor, but the past residents were definitely in awe with gnomes. They're coming back again over here. Whoa. Unreal. There's even still a little note over here. Do not forget the food delivery. And over here is this little sticker. And it says, "Love is December. The days until Christmas are the ones that count." I noticed we are actually visiting this place right now in December. People love decorating their homes. Everybody has these very typical candle lights standing in front on their windowsills. A lot of kitchen utensils. Pots and pans over there. So many tiny details. Oh, we've also seen this in another place on the strip, in a very old farmhouse. But inside these bowls, they actually used to do their dishes. And over here was a tiny gas furnace where they would cook. So very simple kitchen for actually such a big property. People were still living to basic means. Little loop glass over here. Water is not running anymore. Oh my. I actually said kitchen and dining room combined, but this was kitchen, dining room, and bathroom combined. Whoa. And all their grooming products. Potions and lotions, medicines, all still in here. Toothbrush, denture over there. And see, in the last corner of this room, another toothbrush, some hair brushes too. This sponge was probably used to do the dishes. Let's continue away right now to the next floor. We are leaving the living space of Mr. Siegfried for what it is. There is a tiny button over here, so maybe it was a light switch or something when he walked upstairs. We have another tiny part over here. Oh, we do have a bathroom. Well, in that case I actually think this bathroom was shared by both Mr. Siegfried and Mrs. Ruth. And they also used to do the laundry over here. Tiny stove again. Some hats hanging up. And then over here is just the toilet. And again, as you can tell, there is a calendar of the year 2015. Wow. Look at the multi-fault use of wallpaper. Most of it is already peeling throughout its years of vacancy. Okay, there is a children's bed over here. You see, I think Mr. Siegried was living solitary, and then I think Mrs. Ruth actually used to have a husband, and he also got a child. There was also a stroller, so it's evident that they had a child. Whether it was a son or daughter, I don't know. Teddy bears over here. Whoa. This is overfill with sweaters, bed linen, blankets. Whoa. Like I told you, everything in this place is present. And if anybody took some stuff, it was probably just a burglar looking for valuables like jewelry, but it doesn't really seem that many people have actually been through the stuff. That this has just been sitting here in silence ever since 2015. I also think that either Mrs. Ruth or her husband, one of them was definitely of older age. living here, spending the last years of life. All the snow and ice flakes again. As you can also tell, it's a double bed. So most likely it was a couple sleeping here. I love the pram. Very vintage looking. Let's check out the nightstand. Purse. This was for injection of medicine, some needles. Maybe he had diabetes. Had to inject with insulin. Actually love to see this perspective of the staircase. Crazy. Some showering gel, soap and disinfection. This room is also quite cluttered, but it used to be another kitchen on this floor. You can tell by the furnace over there. That used to be a tiny kitchen table. Sink over here. And over there in the drawers it's still saying like flour, sausages, salt. Crazy. There are a lot of heaters over here. It can get quite cold over here in the winter months, I can tell, since I'm exploring this place right now in the winter. But have a look at this room. Oh my gosh. I think this is my favorite room of the entire home. As you probably know, I also love grandfather clocks. And this is a unique one that I've never seen before. But also the sofa. Let's span it all detailedly out in a bit. But let's firstly start over here in the corner with this wonderful pink stove. Wow. 𝗦𝘁cie 72. I've never seen that brand. Also look at the little plate over there. Record player of Triton. And these are the Christmas lights that are standing in front of all of the windows in this area we are in. Even a Christmas tree. We saw a calendar of November. Maybe December they were already very ill. They're not really doing anything in the household anymore. And that's when they passed away or when they moved to a nursing home. Wow, rusty 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝘆𝗶. Also everything inside. The cupboard over here. This was an envelope containing a letter at once for Ruth. All her glosses are still here too. Some decoration and liquor standing on top of this cupboard. And let's see if I can open the door. Curious. It's not locked, but it's stuck. There we go. Wow. Look how shiny all the glassware still is. This has just been closed all the time, so no dust could accumulate in its corners. Now, everything that's on top of this table is gonna feel like a journey through time. Picture from the travels. Ah, I found the name of the man, the husband of Ruth. Oh no, actually not the husband. This was the son. He was born in the year 2000. Meaning that he's very young. He's only 2 years younger than me. This was from the German Red Cross. Wondering why he's doing nothing with it. Whoa. All these old photos. A giant pig. Now my friend had actually found out that one of the guys living here, whether it was Mr. Siegfried or the husband, actually used to have a business. Well, business, he used to control and make sure that all the food from the farming that was distributed over this area was actually of good quality, did all the checks, the controls, and made sure that everybody got the right food and resources they needed. Oh, we found pictures of the woman finally. This must be Mrs. Ruth. Again, Mrs. Ruth. Warplane even over here. There are such old photos. This is again from the FDGB. Whoa! And these are all family ancestors. Just unreal. I believe this is actually a document from the farmer. It was given in 1972. I want to see if this also contains a picture. I think in this page that I'm struggling to open. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, correct me, he was not born in 2000 because this is Mr. Herbert and it's dating from the 1950s. So in that case, this was maybe the husband of Mrs. Ruth. I don't know. I think so. Like I told you in the introduction, and I wasn't joking about it, there is so much history in this place. Herbert actually used to be a voluntary firefighter in the times of the GDR. This was his identification. It's truly unbelievable to see that all these things are so well preserved. It even looks that on these cards is the family coat of arms of the family living here. But also in here, a lot of old pictures. Winter times, 1944. Oh my gosh, that's so precious. Oh, look, and over here we have a scanned copy of Mr. Siegfried again. It was actually his driving license. Time to have a closer look at this magnificent clock. And then the sofa too. Wow. This doll still chilling on top. I think the final room on this level of the home is this one. It's also truly unique. Really like the leather seats. Coats are still hanging up here. Okay. There's actually certificates for Mr. Siegfried. And it was for Volksbildung. I think that's to do something with building in the town. Another doll over here. This one's quite eerie. And I really like this frame. Wow, beautiful. The other side of the room is quite cluttered again. Probably used that for just dumping things and storing a lot of stuff in the last years of life. And then we only have one floor to go. A floor that I've not even seen myself yet. That's the attic. My friends told me it is a little mess, but in fact, there are some incredible things left behind that are very rich in history. A lot of wallpaper. Oh yeah. This is entirely stuffed. Old family ancestor again. Looks like they were definitely of religious faith. Whoa, check out this box. Whoa, gas mask, guys. Can't believe it. Still a gas mask inside. That's probably a very old and authentic piece of the times it was actually used. World War II. Oh my. Went and gone over here. Crazy. There's so much stuff here. They were right. It is messy, but there are some incredible items. Whoa, those boots are massive. I really don't know where to look, guys. There are so many items. This is a very old hover. I don't know. Even one more room over here. Oh my gosh. Wood's cracking. Ooh. It's quite smelly in here. Wonder where it's coming from, because I just see a lot and a lot of clothes in here. And it used to be another bedroom at some point. Maybe that was the room of their child when he grew a little bit older and didn't fit in that baby bed anymore. Or she, of course. Because it looks more like it's actually used to be from a girl. Board game of the Olympic Games. Maybe this was the girl. Whoa, a lot of records inside. All LPs. I think this was definitely the room of the child. You can also tell by Mickey Mouse over there. In that case, the people in the frames are probably her parents or her grandparents. Crazy, guys. Here's another one of these Christmas lights that they put in front of the windows that I was talking about. Wasn't expecting the attic to be so cool and at least have so much stuff. Whoa, that was a very big surprise. Oh. Alright, that was incredible. A really interesting abandoned home. Given that there was so much history, and most especially history of the time of Eastern Germany, because many people know about it worldwide and what has happened here. And it's just very intriguing to see that in person. I just really hope that you enjoyed it that much as I did. And if you did, guys, you know the drill as always. You can greatly support us by smashing the thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel right down below. It's free, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section right down below. Also, if you want to support us even on a higher level, there is a link in the description to a Patreon page and a PayPal link, and we also offer channel memberships. And becoming a member, you can actually get access to our videos earlier and also get access to exclusive bonus videos that will not be published on the main channel. So I really hope you take some time to check it out. It's worth it. And in the end, yeah, I'll see you at the next adventure in this beautiful world with some abandoned mysteries. Peace out.